You're big on you go around to other seminars and stuff, right? You attend.
I try to. Yeah, I like learning from people. It's
Yeah.
enjoy. I like to be around others, and there's a lot to be learned from people and even here, right? Learning things today. I mean, it's why I don't know. There's too many people that are like too close-minded to me. I mean, hey, you do whatever you want, but I love learning from folks.
Yeah, you been to any good ones recently?
So Charlie Mann, he's a law firm coach. He hosted a little mastermind for people in the law firm support world. So nobody was coming like from a law firm. Everybody was there was an exec, like a legal recruiter was there. Like a fractional CMO type guy for law firms, me, some people like that. That was a hell of a room to be in. We were like locked away for all day long and just sharing incredible ideas and helping each other on things. And so again, you learn a lot like that way. Or conferences. A buddy of mine had a conference. He's not doing it anymore. I was a little bummed, but he had a conference out in New Jersey in April, was out there, and we met all kinds of fun folks. He brought in some cool guests. He had Renee Rodriguez come in. He's all over TikTok. He's like I don't know what he is. He's like a public speaker, but he does some cool things. Like he took a woman who was horrified to be on stage, like truly shaking. And in 20 minutes, literally had not a dry eye listening to her story, begging for more by just the way that, it was, okay, tell me this kind of a story. Okay, great. Add this element now. Okay, I want you to think about this from when you were a kid. How does it tie? Okay, I want you to tell us that part now. I mean, it was to the point where you're like, this is incredible. So that was a fun one to see. Do you know Rob Bailey and Dana Bailey from Flag Nor Fail? So she's big in she was like Miss Olympia. She was who like became the like first like jacked female bodybuilder back in the day. They were like not super jacked. And she was the first one who was like ripped. And they would tell her like, you're not going to win. This is not the right look. And she was like, just because I'm like really good at building muscle, like, why does it penalize me? So she ended up winning like the Miss Olympia stuff. And then they own Flag Nor Fail, like a big apparel company. But their story's wild. She couldn't get sponsorships. And so they created a company for everything that they just couldn't get a sponsorship for. So like when they couldn't get supplements to sponsor her, they just created a giant supplement company. When they like were making YouTube videos and like no artist wanted to like background track her, Rob literally spun up a company. And not a company, but like a band. And have you seen the movie Southpaw?
No.
Dude, good movie. But like the main song from the movie, like Jake Gyllenhaal, is Rob's song. Like it's a big like pump ups beast song, and it's like it's cool. And it's like, oh, like that's Rob. So it was fun meeting all these folks that just run these mega businesses to be like, what could we do? Or like what challenges we're having? Like how can we learn and pivot and take things? It's just different being around a room of people that are normal people making stupid amounts of money.
Is that right?
Stupid. Yeah. Like, I mean, we were at dinner at one point, we're talking about boats, and a couple of them were talking about boats. And I'll never forget, they were like, well, like I'm looking at some 60s and 70s, I don't know, maybe an 80, and I've got like a 40 now. And I'm like, foot, I'm thinking like 40 foot, like Sea Ray or like a 60. Like, no, like meters. The guy's like, I'm buying like a 75 like meter boat. Like, fuck. Holy shit, like that's 200 some feet long. And like that's the stuff that those guys do. It was a guy who owns gyms out in like Philadelphia in New Jersey. I mean, he builds those mega gyms, and like he's killing it. And it was just fun to be around these folks that are like, I have truly put in the work. Just keep digging. You're on the path. Just take the next step. I'm just further along the path than you.
Yeah. It really is, right? It's like, we look at our law firms, and we're a lot bigger than most of them, right? Estate planning and probate and all that stuff. But yeah, we are. But it's totally 100% doable for any of them. It's just like, okay, yeah, you are where you are right now. Just keep getting better. Just keep doing the next step. Yeah. I think it can be. It's funny because I look at where we're at right now, and I have no sense of satisfaction, right? And so I look at like, I had this guy over in Tampa who's like bringing in 8 million a year, and I'm like, all right, there's where we need to get at least to that, right? We need to beat that. Whereas, there's a lot of law firms that are, bringing a couple $100,000 in revenue in a year, and they look at us, right, and they're like, oh shit, um, but yeah, just never being satisfied. I don't know if I'll ever be satisfied, even though I have that huge boat.